Hello for the first time, or welcome back, whichever one applies to you. That's the intro that I want you to use for this video. Welcome back to DC. Alright folks, this is already round 6 and we have the Flash versus the Green Lantern. And just as a quick disclaimer, I'm going to do this with the other ones as well. Because this is a tie-in, I'm not going to cover the main story, I'm just going to cover the fight. So this is going to be found in the pages of Flash number 28. But this is the Flash versus Green Lantern.
Round 1.
So this starts off with Jay Garrick the Flash saying, "I'm still the Flash, and I'm angry." And we see that Guy Gardner Green Lantern is also a little pissed off. And now Jay recognizes this location immediately. This is his old lab, the lab that basically started it all. And the Heart of Apocalypse is talking to them, and it's letting them know that they have to win best 2 out of 3 rounds, something that we've seen before, and the only way forward is to fight. And this cuts over to Guy basically taunting him, and he's saying, "Well, old timer, how are you feeling about all this?" And Jay's just like, frankly, exhausted. And Jay literally just puts his hand up and he stops Guy right in his tracks. And he goes, "Hey, the Heart said that this is a game, right?" And Guy's like, "Yeah, so?" And he goes, "Why don't we just play a game?" And they pull out a checkers board and they just start playing checkers. But Guy Gardner, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Or maybe, he didn't have a lot of friends growing up or something. Who knows? But he doesn't know how to play checkers. And this is really starting to piss off Jay. And Jay starts to kind of snap at him. And he's like, "For God's sake, man, you don't know how to play checkers?" And then that's when a guy like Guy would lose it. And of course he does. He flips the table over and he goes, "I'm done doing this. I'm done. Whatever. I'm tired of you guys. We got to get rid of the whole Jurassic Society." And this is where he punches a little bit below the belt. We can handle Jurassic Society, that's a pretty good one. But he said, hell, if Wildcat had known when to call it quits, maybe he'd still be alive. That's a little bit too far because recently Wildcat did die in the comics. So this is really hitting Jay hard, and that's when it's gonna be a fight. And that's when Jay starts a whirlwind around Guy, and he says, "Why don't we speed things up then?" Which I don't know if he meant to speed things up as in he was going to run faster or was going to immediately lose, because as he spun around him, all Guy did was just conjure a construct of a blade and he cut himself in half.
Round 2. Fight!
So now they're able to choose their new forms, and I'm not sure if you guys have known this, but Guy Gardner hasn't only just been a Green Lantern, he's been a Red Lantern before as well, so he was able to choose that form. But we're gonna see Jay do something that I've never seen him do before. It's awesome, because as Guy turns into his red form and he notices that they're right outside the JSA's original headquarters, he hears a voice. "Careful, Guy, storm's brewing." But where's it coming from? And, it's Jay, and he's like, "Where are you, old man?" And he says, "I'm all around you, Guy." And that's because he is the Speed Force. And he's just hitting him with lightning over and over and over, breaking through all of his constructs. He's trying to build bubbles. He can't do anything. And Jay is just using the Speed Force to blast through him. And then finally, as he breaks through his construct, he enters his ring. He overloads his red ring with nearly a century of his own rage, and he explodes Guy Gardner, resulting in a I'm not gonna lie, this is such a badass look for Jay. I love this look.
Final round. Fight!
We turn the page back to the fight, and we look at a form of Guy Gardner that I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with. This is Warrior. And basically what you need to know with him is that he can turn his arm into weapons. So we see Jay walking up with his spear, and it looks so badass. And this leads to a knockdown, drag-out fight where we do get to see kind of this awesome power of he turns his arm into a mace, and then he turns his arm into a gun, he fires off, but Jay's able to escape it and move out of the way very quickly, and he throws that spear, which to me should be faster than Guy Gardner can catch it, but he catches it. And he's able to throw it back and actually pin Jay to like a rock behind him. And Guy turns his arm into this gigantic gun and he aims it right at him. And Jay says something pretty interesting here. He says, "Guy, do me one favor." And he goes, "No mercy, Garrick." And he goes, "Don't need it. Just beat the tar out of Darkseid for me, will you?" And he goes, "You got it, pal." Aims at him. That's going to do it for this fight. Next fight, we have Lex Luthor versus the Demon, and that's going to appear in Superman number 33. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, go drink some water, do something kind, and I'll see you next time. Peace.